my name is Jodie Reid from Penarth Management Limited. We specialise in compliance consultancy, training and compliance software. Now, because of the move, I'd already been focusing more on the software, and the intention had been to develop more on the online training, and actually the current situation means I'm doing more of exactly that. One of the things that we provide consultancy in is business continuity, and so I was very flattered when Neil said, could I do a session on a contingency checklist for coronavirus and other curveballs? So you may find it slightly odd that I'm going to start with some holiday snaps. The reason why will become apparent in a moment. This picture was taken on Thursday, the 12th of November 2015, when my husband and I were in Paris on holiday for the first time we'd ever been to Paris. Now, I don't know if you recall that date, but the following night, when we happened to be on the Eiffel Tower, there was a big attack, big terrorist attack. So this is the holiday snap we took on the Saturday night, and then on the Monday, we saw the Eiffel Tower illuminated in 3 colours. Now, the reason for showing you these tourist photos is to share the story that I saw firsthand, the effect of a localised shutdown, if you like, a much more miniature scale of what we've got now. There were police out there everywhere. Now, unfortunately, terrorism, as we know, it's a man-made event, and it happens. Think London many times, think Manchester. It's happened before. Unfortunately, it will happen again. So it's reasonably foreseeable that man-made terrorist events will happen. And for businesses like those in and around the area attacked in Manchester, for instance, that meant they had to do things differently. They had to work differently. Earlier this year, if I can get the slide to move on. Earlier this year, flooding was a big thing. Again, it impacted, for those businesses that were affected, they experienced massive devastation, much more localised, but nonetheless absolutely devastating. Is it reasonably foreseeable? Yes. And I will show you where you can access some free websites where you can check whether or not you are deemed to be at risk of flooding. But of course, the reason that we're here today is the coronavirus. Now, as a company specialising in compliance consultancy and having helped people with business continuity, pandemic was on our business continuity register. But I think it's fair to say that none of us had any idea what a pandemic really looked like. We'd only ever seen it in the movies. And so the words were on our register, but let's face it, none of us in our lifetimes has ever experienced anything like what we're going through now. The shutdown, meaning that we're having to stay a safe distance from people, not be able to go out. It's completely different, and obviously it's having a massive impact. We've never known the government hand out thousands of pounds and pay people 80% of their wages to stay sat on their bums just to try and keep everybody else safe. So we can't stop the fact that the coronavirus is here. What we can do is plan for the future, because it's reasonably foreseeable that these things and others will happen. Now, I've got one of the things I've been doing, as I said, is to create online learning. And what we should be able to see now, I'm trying to take you to our Thinkific site, where we've got some free of charge courses. It's still a work in progress, but the big priority has been uploading some free templates. And if you go to this one here, Business Continuity Questionnaire, you can download completely free of charge because I've tested this with Neil already, it's going to say resume. It would ask you to enroll, but it will take you to this download. And if I do it right, here's one I made earlier, which, just bear with me, I will reshare again. And so what you should be able to see now is this business continuity questionnaire. Now, we don't claim it's covered everything, but you can basically take this, rebrand it for your own purposes. And in here, there's a whole host of prompts, from adverse weather, because we've seen snow cause chaos and disruption. We've got prompts on pandemic, vehicle loss, burglaries, fire. There's lots of things in here just to get you thinking. If anybody uses it and thinks of anything that we've missed out, please do let us know. But hopefully there's some useful ideas in here just to get you thinking. And occasionally, if the answer is no, I said that we take you to where to find out information on flood risk. So here you can look up on the Natural Resources Wales website whether or not your business premises are at risk of flooding. So that is what we've prepared. This has actually been in existence for a long time. It's just when Neil asked me to do the session today, I have reviewed it and updated it. But it's there for you to access completely free of charge, and hopefully give you some ideas and get you thinking. If anything from a cyber attack to a theft to whatever it may be, if disaster strikes, could you survive next time around? So that's basically everything I had to say. Are there any questions?